Is your ad spend burning faster than the belly fat in your stomach from your New Year's resolution? Are you throwing money at Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok like 19-year-olds at Trump's new meme coin? Plot twist, most e-com brands are running their funnels like a leaky boat. Fancy at the top, but there's more holes than Swiss cheese underneath. And look, if your high production or UGC ads are getting as much attention as the terms and conditions page on my website, there's actually a better way. And no, I'm not gonna tell you to spend more money on ads or completely change everything that you're doing, because I know your bank can't stop sweating right now. My name is Camilo. I spent months digging into the data, analyzing different e-commerce funnels, and running hundreds of successful ad campaigns with our ad creative. And guess what? The secret isn't about spending more money on ads. It's actually about building an airtight funnel first that has no leaks. Think about it this way, you can spend all the time cooking your favorite recipe, but if you put it in a leaky container, it's gonna go off before you can eat it whilst watching Squid Game 2. So in the next few minutes, I'm gonna drop some truth bombs on how to create an e-commerce funnel that converts like crazy, so that you can be bringing in about $10,000 every single day without spending loads of money on ads that people are just going to ignore. And if you stick around, I'll show you exactly how to do it. So here are the problems that you're facing as an e-com store owner. The first is that there are increasing costs of acquisitions. I get it. Every time you run an ad, the cost per purchase is now getting really close to that of your average order value, which is stressing you out, okay? And this is because there's more competition, there's more ad platforms, attention is spread out in different mediums, in different websites, you know, even Pinterest is making a comeback, but I wouldn't really put my money there if I were you. That being said, this is something that is inevitably going to happen. It goes up by, I think, like 30% year on year. At some point, it's going to be more expensive than what people had to pay for TV, but this is just part of the game. This happens in every single advertising marketing site. The next problem you have is that it's getting harder and harder to stand out, because every single person, every single brand, just like yours, is doing the same thing. They're copying each other's ads, right? Which means that your ads are no longer connecting with your audience, and you don't know what to do because everybody's copying each other's ads. People that try new things, they always flop. And so you're kind of stuck thinking, should I just be number 2 and number 3 in my industry? Or should I try and be number 1, knowing it's gonna flop and cost me a lot of money before I find something that actually works? And I understand that, I get it. Like, as a store owner, I completely understand. The last thing you're struggling with is actually low profit margins, right? So producing your ads requires time, money, and talent, and you also have to have good margins in your product. And doing the whole process of making good ads that stand out, that can lower your cost per acquisitions, is no cheap feat. But I'm gonna help you with not only just the ad stuff, the back end of the funnel, so that you have something that's completely airtight, there's no leaks within it. So those are the problems you're facing. So let's go into what the solution is. All right, so at the top of every funnel, you start right here, and that is gonna be your traffic. That was some terrible spelling. But the solution that you might be thinking is UGC, right? Everyone's doing UGC content. And I can tell you, UGC is not the answer. The solution is actually HTUGC, okay? Which stands for hyper-targeted UGC creatives. So if you're wondering what the difference is, what are hyper-targeted UGC creatives? Let me show you the difference, okay? I'm gonna show you here a traditional UGC ad.
This tiny device right here has saved me so many times when driving. And what I hold is a co-driver. This co-driver stops you from getting in traffic.
Okay, so this person is simply holding a product, talking about why it's so good. It's good because XYZ, okay? This is what every single brand is doing. This is the most common type of creative. Oh my God, it's a game changer. It's a game changer. Like, this is so good. It's got all these features. Blah, blah, blah. This is a traditional user-generated content. Is the kind of stuff that you'll find on sites like Billo. The kind of things that most people, that when they want to have good content online and you want it to look organic, is what they do. However, this is what hyper-targeted UGC creative looks like. Okay, that's one example.
Which toothbrush will come out on top? I'm gonna blindfold myself and use a towel to hold them so I can blindly judge which of these 3 toothbrushes cleans the best and feels the best on my teeth. The winner of these tests gets to stay in my bathroom, and the losers will never be seen again. Let's get...
Okay, this is a challenge video. So this is not like any other UGC creative where they just talked about features. That she's doing a blindfold test, and we're gonna see what's gonna happen. This one converted very well for our client. Now, what is the difference? Why does it work for e-commerce brands? So the thing is, authenticity actually wins. Hyper-targeted ad creative builds trust and credibility because they feature real people sharing their experiences with your product, right? Kind of going back to the old school testimonials, but not only are they sharing their real experiences, they're actually being creative with it. They're actually making content like a content creator does. They're thinking, if I was a content creator and I wanted to be authentic authentic with my audience, what would I do? That's what hyper-targeted UGC created is, right? Also, the other reason that works really well is it actually produces higher engagement, okay? Once people feel like your UGC ad is relatable, they'll have a higher chance to turn it into a conversation, have conversations in the comments, engage it, share it with their friends, okay? Someone's gonna see challenge, someone's gonna see a big change in something, someone's gonna feel like they can connect, so they're gonna share with other people, because as humans, we like to connect, okay? We like to connect with people who have similar tastes, similar desires, similar problems. And the last thing is that's actually cheaper to produce, okay? If you're working with creators, it doesn't require professional gear, and studios generally cheaper, especially through a UGC agency like us, and especially if you know and can create a community of yourself of UGC creators. So now I'm gonna show you the old way versus the new way in terms of the actual funnel. This is the old way. They just kind of rely mostly on paid ads. They just spend a lot of money on it. And then they go to their ecom website, they get about 1% traffic, and then they get a sale. And that's about it. That's about most people. There might be some email marketing, okay? They might do a little bit of email on the back end and not really take it that seriously. And that's about it. That's kind of all most people do when they get into an e-commerce brand. But let me show you what the new way of running a funnel is like, okay? So you have paid ads, you have your SEO, and you have social media. I will take the start and I will make sure you have all of these three in check. If you have to work in an agency for it, just do it, okay? In terms of the socials, what you need to be doing is creating what I like to call an omnipresent social strategy. What that means is you're going to be making content consistently on Instagram as if you have an audience of people who generally care. You will want to have a specific creator create for your brand, and you want to post that content on TikTok, on Instagram, and on YouTube. You want to be omnipresent because you don't know what platform your buyers are more likely to buy. Don't just copy what you see other people with bigger accounts do. Think about in your brand's tone, in your brand's image, you need to figure out which one of those will convert the best. And I can't just say, yeah, do TikTok, because it might not be TikTok. It might be Instagram, or it might be YouTube, or it might be Pinterest. JK, we don't like Pinterest. We don't like Pinterest, okay? So you're taking all this traffic, right? You're making hyper-targeted UGC right here in your ads. We know this. Now it comes to the actual website itself. Now, time and time again, when I get brands on sales calls, I have to turn them down because they don't have good quality websites. They don't have high converting websites. I'm going to show you examples of some very good high converting websites of clients that we work with. This client is called Base Bomb. You can see when you go in. Obviously, we're going to show the mobile version because most people go on mobile. Right at the top, you have a nice banner that says, today, enjoy a free bomb on orders over $80. So you already have an offer. You know, it's really nice branding. You have high quality images. It doesn't look like an image of something out of AliExpress. So I'm going to show you a bad example. This is an unoptimized example. This looks like every other website. Instead, they should show this image. This image should be the headline image. That should be the number one thing, especially for a luxury product. This is what they need to be doing. Rather than having images like this as the forefront, they want to have images like these. The next thing that we see on this one is you then have the name. People put the name at the top like it's like a very old school thing. Just put a name underneath it, okay, the price. Then you have reviews, so instant social proof. If you have low reviews, don't have the reviews, throw the reviews first. Then you have a long description, which is almost like a sales page, okay? You have a sales page which explains what the benefits, features are. Then you have what I like to call order bumps and upsells, cross sells. So people might actually buy something else, they might buy a bundle, etc., which will increase your AOV, which means you can spend more money on ads. And then what you want to have is you want to blast them with visual reviews, okay? These are not just your standard text reviews. These are visual reviews. Like if you can find videos, you want to have reviews exactly like what somebody will post. This is key, very important. And finally, right at the bottom, if somebody gets to the bottom of the page, is because they either want more information or they're not ready to buy. You want to have a affiliate, or you want to give them a reason to get rewards, something like sign up to a newsletter, sign up to your email list, etc. Okay, this is a high performing website and most people don't have enough. You need a recommendation, shoot me a DM on Instagram. I'll recommend you somebody who makes websites. I don't make websites, but here's another example of a high converting site. See, this is a journal backed by whatever. It's like a sales page, right? People want information before they buy. Okay, if I go to this one, obviously the branding's very solid. You know, you have a sale thing right here. You have the reviews, very similar actually. And these are completely different clients that we've worked with. They don't know each other, and lots of social proof, of explanations, of science, etc. Right? Most people just slap a bunch of text from the AliExpress site or a random copywriter rather than actually thinking about what do people want to know, what's going to help them sell them. Okay, the ad takes them to the website. The site needs to convert. Okay, if you don't have a good converting website, that's a huge leak in your boat. You're gonna sink. You're gonna say hi to the fishies, and they're gonna be like, "Why are you here?" And you're gonna be like, "Oh, my site. had holes, and now I know that was. Do you have website traffic? Now, 1% of your website will probably still convert. If you can increase that, right, to 2%, then you are gonna make a lot of money in your life. So congratulations, and then you get a sale, okay? But the ones that are not ready to buy, you opt them in to an email list, okay? You have them opt them in to get a 10% off or a voucher, or opt in to get a free something, okay? Pop-ups like that work incredibly well. What you're gonna do then is you're going to then retarget them in two ways. The first is to increase a desire, and the next is to increase action. So what does that look like? So you're gonna increase a desire by targeting them with different ad creatives about education and nurturing, okay? And then you're gonna retarget them with content that helps them increase in action with promotional and discounts, right? We're retargeting people at different awareness stages of the funnel. You're probably thinking, what the fuck are you talking about right now? I just got the ad to them. What's this retargeting? How to do it? Listen, don't complicate it. All you need to be doing is making sure you have these types of videos that are gonna retarget the people that go to your website in a different way. I'm gonna show you examples of the types of UGC so that you understand. So the first is awareness UGC, which is the one that gets people to the page. Then you have increased desire UGC, then you have promotional UGC, okay? So the first UGC, awareness UGC, looks like this.
This is Castile soap by Pure Vitalia, an all natural soap made from olive oil and coconut oil to hydrate your skin, and rosemary extract.
Right, awareness. The whole point of it is to raise awareness of your product, to introduce people to this new world, your brand, of what it is that it does, okay? What pain points does it solve? What is it? Hey, here it is. Hi, I exist. You're raising your hand. You're like, hey, look, this is my product. Look at me. Okay, that's what the awareness ad is for. Get them to your website. Once you have them onto your website, and obviously you want to make sure that you can make very targeted creative, and the more targeted it is, the lower your cost per results are going to be, the lower your cost per clicks are going to be, because people are going to be going to your website more because the content really appeals to them. The less hard Meta has to try. Okay, and in terms of retargeting, these are just going to be people that you're going to retarget that have been to your website in the last 180 days, right? That are also on your email list, okay? These are people that have engaged, probably also engaged with your social medias. You're gonna retarget them. These are the two types of creative. The first is increased desire creative, so it looks something like this.
So I finally found a Castile soap that can replace the Dr. B's brand. This is pure Castile soap made with Northwest and Japanese peppermint oil. Everything is super clean and pure. There's no added yucky anything.
I've been using this soap on my baby's dishes for quite some time now, and I truly love it. It doesn't leave nasty residues on the dishes like other soaps can, so I don't have to worry about my baby ingesting those nasty chemicals.
So this is a combination of different people's testimonials. It's showing a desire to not have something harsh. It's showing the desire to join other people, to join the bandwagon. Okay, that's the first one, which is supposed to get people back onto the website. Failing that, the next type of UGC you want to do is also the promotion. So this one is going to be type of UGC video, a different type of angle, more about the offers.
You pay for dish soap, detergent, cleaning sprays, body wash, and shampoo. Enough is enough. Here's how you can cut costs. Just Castile soap by Pure Vitalia.
And then at the end, you're going to have some kind of discount at the end that's going to say something like, you know, get 20% off, or whatever offer you can afford to get people onto it. That's going to be your funnel, right? So all of this will work as a percentage of a conversion. So for example, you might have people in here coming in at like, you know, a 3% click-through rate. These guys will be a lot higher because they already been to your website. So this will bump up the percentage. You might get like a 5% conversion on these. And then the promotional ones usually gets a higher one, something like an 8% conversion. But what's gonna be happening is these people are gonna go back into your website like this. They're gonna go back in here. And then the people in your email list, right, they are going to get fed loads of emails, right? Promotional emails. They're gonna know about your brand. They're gonna be indoctrinated into it. And what that's gonna do is that's gonna actually increase your sales, right? If you're gonna go from 2% to 3%, a whole percentage point, when you extrapolate that over a year, over the amount of spend that you have, etc., that's what's gonna make the funnel completely work airtight, because you have all the different pieces of content working together, okay? You don't just have the one that is just take traffic there and then maybe a little bit of email is gonna help it. No, you need to have a full email service. Send me a DM. I know people, okay? I know people. I just know loads of people. Like, look at see these glasses. I know people. You're probably wondering, okay, Camilo, this all makes sense. I get it. How on earth, how do I make hyper-targeted UGC creative? That's what I'm here for, okay? It's what I do. I show you how to make epic ads. And then if you want me to make them for you, you pay me. But if you wanna do it yourself, I'm gonna show you. okay? Because I'm a nice guy, right? So the first thing you want to do is you actually want to determine your audience awareness levels, and then you want to do audience research. So how to determine your audience awareness levels is quite literally, you have to do the research. So this is the kind of level of research that we do. Let me show you what this looks like. We create a document like this, like we did for a client, or we essentially go on websites like Reddit, Instagram, TikTok. We look at different comments. We do use AI where we basically do something called Get Poppy. Get Poppy allows you to connect different sources of information, and then you can run either Claude or ChatGPT to those sources. The odd way we'd have to do this is basically, first you go to answer the public, then we'll search something like mushroom coffee, okay, United Kingdom, okay. And then what will happen is then we essentially get a list of questions that people have about mushroom coffee. After it loads, and you can see we get 2,226 results. And answer the public shows us all the questions people have, right? So here, can, how, what, when, all right, how mushroom coffee is made, how does mushroom coffee taste, whatever. And what you can do is you can click on these, and when you click on it, it's gonna open the question that people search, right? And for example, when to drink mushroom coffee, you click it here, and you can even put Reddit afterwards, and then you have a whole bunch of different information, right, on Reddit. And then before we have to do is study this and find different things, and then we'll put that information in our Excel sheet. But now what we can do is we can simply copy this link, we can paste it into Poppy, so we have the Reddit. Let's find another one, like just like a very simple one about cholesterol. We'll find this blog. So you see, I added this Reddit discussion, I added this article, and I can now have a chat. I can drag the Reddit in, for example, and I can ask it, what do people think about mushroom coffee, right? And then what it's gonna do is gonna actually analyze everything from this site and just respond to it immediately. Boom. Then what I can do is, because we have this table, and I have this table right here, on the table, fill in all columns with information related to the Reddit. Boom. And then it's gonna now like fill this out for me. And then now I can add that into the Reddit, and that's how we do our research. And then we take this research, and that's how we come up with hooks on UGC archetypes, etc. Right? So then that's the first thing that we do. The next thing that we do is we want to write the scripts for UGC creators. An example looks like this with our team of copywriters. You know, we have all the information, and we do the direction for the UGC creators, give them the right scripts, the hook, etc. And we also tell the UGC creators, like, hey, you speak to them, we say, what do you think? Like, give us some ideas creatively of what you can do. All right, you're still gonna find the UGC creators. We have a whole bunch of different UGC creators that we can contact in our community. And then what we do is you have to then negotiate and manage their communications. And we have this table in order to manage the negotiation stages and kind of all these steps here of sending the product, checking the quality of the video, paying the creator. You know, we have stages for this, process invoice, etc. And you actually release them to your editors so that they can get edited in different versions. So our video editors edit the video, so you get good edits that look like this.
Soap that can replace the Dr. B's brand. This is pure Castile soap made with Northwest.
Right, so that it kind of takes the content and then you can spit out many, and then you can also just pay the editors to make 6, 7, 8, 9 variations of the videos, and then that is it. And you repeat. That is how you do hyper targeted ad creatives. That's the actual formula that we do. Okay, you can do all of that, or you can click the first thing in the description below. That will take you to our website, Epic Ads Lab. You can have access to our 400-person UGC community, and we'll help you create hyper-targeted ad creative. Or you can take all the information, you can download my free guide, which has that exact research document, and you can do it yourself. I even show you in that document how to find UGC creators. And look, if you're still stuck and you still don't really understand, then feel free to just book a call with me and ask me some questions. I'll be happy to answer. I won't sell you anything if I don't think you're a good fit. Anyways, that being said, if you want to know exactly what metrics to look at in your ad accounts, you don't get overwhelmed and get analysis paralysis, and check out this video right here. With that being said, I'll see you in the next one.